Guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you know that I have been covering the 5 days of the AI agents course fully, and now it's time to build the capstone project. So I've already explained the base of the capstone project, in which I've explained how I would be building this project, what agents I'm going to use, and how my UI or the Streamlit front end would look like, and how my MCP server would be behaving. So I've discussed everything from start to end in this video. So if you have not watched this video, just watch this video before this so that you can understand what am I trying to do basically.
So before jumping into the code and the prompt directly, let me first show you how the enhanced version of my Chef AI would look like. So it would have certain components such as the ingredient list, the time it would take to make, and the instructions, the allergy safe common substitutes, suggestions for the side dishes which you can have with it, the nutritional contents, the beginner tips, the shopping list, and how can you store the leftovers. I think it's of great help, right? So let's jump into a prompt like
That enhance the recipe generation workflow into a multi-step AI pipeline instead of a single Gemini prompt. Okay, so I've told it that my workflow should be like to validate all the user inputs, which is ingredients, cuisine, dietary restrictions, allergy, servings, cooking time, and available appliances, and then clean and normalize the ingredient names. Okay, then I've also told it to detect the missing and the conflicting information and ask for a follow-up question when necessary. And I told it basically to generate 2 to 3 possible recipes using the Gemini, and then evaluate the generated recipes for nutrition, feasibility, ingredient availability, cooking complexity, and originality. And then I told it to rank the recipes and select the best one. So it would be just generating 2 to 3 recipes, and then it would be ranking those recipes and selecting the best one out of it for you. And then refine the selected recipe to improve the clarity and the cooking time for each step. Then I told it to generate the nutritional information, basically the calories, protein, carbohydrates, fat, fiber, etc. And then suggest the ingredient substitutions if you are, allergic to any of them. And it will suggest you a alternative for that ingredient if you are, allergic to the specific ingredient. Then it would recommend the side dishes, for example, the beverages, desserts that will pair it with well, and then generate the shopping list group by the category. Like if you are building this specific recipe, what all ingredients you need to shop. And then it would also suggest the leftover storage, that if you have made more and you are not able to complete your meal, then how can you basically store your leftover, and reheating instruction. For example, some specific food needs specific type of reheating and the other needs specific type of reheating. And then I will produce a beginner tips and the common mistakes which he or she should avoid. Then calculate the approximate cost per servings, and then perform a final AI quality review in order to ensure the consistency, realistic cooking steps, and generate the ingredients usage and the logical time. Then I've told it to keep the architecture modular so that each step is implemented in a separate function or class, and include the logging, error handling, and the comments through the code base. So this is basically the whole prompt which I'm gonna give it to it so that it can generate a more better recipe generator which had more functions. So I've just given in the prompt. Okay, for the API key, you have to go to your Google AI Studio. Just copy this keys. I have already one key, so I'm not making it again.
now as you can see that it has given us the link of basically the web page which it has created, or the Chef AI with the enhanced version of the Chef AI. Let's just click on this link and you will end up in an interface like this.
So we have to give the input, that is a text input. I will give the input as onions. potatoes, potatoes. So I have tomatoes and I have peas and I have, let me just put a very different, you know, bitter gourd. I think the spelling is okay. So I'll just hit Control Enter. Okay. Con- Press Control Enter. Okay. And then you have, okay, we have the error here. So our current quota, please check your plan and the billing details. Let's replace the API key, okay? Let's take a different API key from a different account. I think it's Google AI Studio API key. And let's just create a new key. I'm using a different account, okay? We have the name as Chef AI. Let's import some project. Let's have this one. No, let's have this one. Just copy this key.
And I've simply just pasted the key in the text box, the new key from the new account, okay? And after that, just remember to ask for the URL again so that we can test our application again. So I'll just, click on this link.
To this one. Let me post some ingredients. Onion, bitter gourd, potatoes, and let's go ahead. Peas. Let's see what ingredient it makes. Let's make a fusion recipe. I want a vegan recipe and I'm allergic to, let's say, peanuts. The cooking time is 30 minutes. I'm a stop and the equipments I have is this and start recipe pipeline. So I'll just copy this.
And I've just pasted the error directly into the text box so that the error can be rectified by the anti-gravity ID itself. So you can do this too. If you face any error in your front end, you can just copy the error from the front end and paste it
Now,
directly
let's
into the
see.
anti-gravity ID and it will resolve your issue. Trust me. Just do not forget to ask for the URL again so that you get a fresh URL. So now let's just test it again together. So I'll just put some different weirdly combinations of ingredients like bitter gourd, tomatoes, potatoes and peas, and let's just hit start recipe pipeline, and you can see that I have not given any input like what kind of dish I want, whether I want fusion or anything. So it's asking the follow-up question also, because as I've not entered the type of dish or I want vegan or non-vegetarian, so it will ask me specially like what kind of food do you want. So this time I'm putting in vegetarian as the option, and I am putting like what like do you include a protein source. I'm including the protein source, and I have just hit continue, and it will give me a very nice recipe with an oddly ingredients. So as you can see on the screen, it has given me the prep and the cook time, the established cost per saving, and also the calories it has given me. Okay, and it had given me a list of ingredients with very precise measurement. Like you can see in the it gets for the fourth point, it has given me that you need about like 250 grams of the finely diced tomatoes. So can you see the details in which it has given the ingredients? Like it has told me the dyes and which type of cooking oil I can use and everything, like from A to Z. Then it has given me instruction, and also it has given me the time it would take in each step. For example, it would take 8 minutes in step 1 and just 2 minutes in step 2. And it has also given me the allergy safe or the common substitutes which I can use. For example, if someone is allergic to bitter gourd, they can replace the ingredient with eggplant or zucchini. And if someone is allergic to potatoes, he or she can replace it with the sweet potatoes or the bell peppers. And also for like various ingredients, it has given me the common substitutes. Like if someone is allergic to some ingredient, for with which ingredient he or she can replace the present ingredient. I think it's the very a wow factor in this chef AI. Now let's move on to the next tab and see what it has given. So as you can see that it has given us a very precise nutritional information per serving. Like each serving would have 10 grams of protein, 52 grams of carbohydrates, and so on. And it has also given us the pairings or the side dishes which we can pair up with, the beverages which we can pair up with, and also the desserts we can keep with the dish which would taste nice. And it has also given us some beginner tips. Like if you're a beginner in cooking, just ensure that the potatoes are diced into uniform sizes for the even cooking, and adjust the red chili powder to your spice preference. And it has also given us a shopping list. Like we are very confused of what we need to buy, so it is clearly stated what all items do you need separately, even the spices. Then we have the leftover and the storage, which is the flagship of this project, which is how you can store the leftover and how you can reheat the particular dish if you want to taste it as nicely as cooked for the first time. So I think this is the best part, because often people don't know how to store the particular dish and how to reheat it. Like different dish needs different types of reheating, so it has given us that also. So this makes it a real capstone project in which it has everything from A to Z, from the calories to nutrition to pairings to side dishes to the beginner tips, shopping list, how to store your ingredients, how to store your dish, how to reheat your dish again. So can you see, students, like how you have to think for a capstone project? You have to be as creative as possible. Earlier, this project was, very basic. So I just enhanced it. And can you point out the detail in this project that it has given us the name of the dish similar to the ingredients, like spicy and tangy bitter gourd potato and pea stir fry. Do you know why it has included the ingredients in the the title or the name of the dish? Because we have particularly said it in the prompt that I want the title of the dish which has the name of the ingredients in it, so that people are not confused. If you like my project, just like this video, subscribe my channel, and do not forget to hype my video. Meet you in the next video where I will be teaching you how to write your write-up. Till then, bye bye.